Welcome, baseball fans. This is the Tony Saraceno show with Tony Saraceno. I had someone comment to me that I wear a red shirt all the time. I'm in New York and I didn't bring these red shirts. I had like 7 red shirts I didn't bring to Florida. So I'm bringing them. I'll probably bring some with me to Florida. Anyway, I'm watching the Met game right now. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It's 7-0. I couldn't wait to put up a video in the middle of this garbage. And that's what it is. It's absolute garbage. Let's start off. The Mets got another guy thrown out. I see most of the baseball world has figured out how to throw the Mets out running or trying to steal a base. Because they couldn't last year with Antoine Richardson. And now you're getting guys thrown out left and right. They don't have a decent backup shortstop. Bo Bichette tried to turn a double play by scooping the ball with his glove over to Semien, and they didn't get the double play and ended up scoring some more runs off that. Nolan McLean, as a young pitcher, is going through Jason Isringhausen syndrome. I say that as Isringhausen came up and was 9-2, and then the next year he went like 6-14. Okay, and then he got hurt, and he got traded, then he became a decent closer, won a World Series with the Cardinals. So between him, Paul Wilson, and who was the other one in that big three? Why am I drawing a blank on this? Oh, Bill Pulsiver. He's the only one that managed to, I think, have a decent career, which is a shame because Paul Wilson had tremendous stuff and could have been great. Dallas Green doesn't know how to use a pitcher, and I think he destroyed him. So anyway, Nolan McLean got bombed again. He has not pitched well this year. His ERA is now over 4. And you put your faith in a young guy like this without any other backup pitching, and this is what you're headed for. So he gave up a couple of home runs, a couple of hard hit balls, a couple of seeing eye hits, a bloop double. And right now it's 7-0. We're in the top of the 4th inning. It's 1st and 2nd with 2 outs. And this is an absolute disgrace. I have to keep the sound down here because I don't want I can't have any copy. This broadcast cannot be used. What is that? How's that go again? Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or use of the I can't remember how it used to go. Rebroadcast. I can do the last line. Rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Baseball is strictly prohibited. Anyway, we got a commercial now, so I put the volume back on. I really think I'm glad Keith is back. Keith had a funny comment. He's like, hey, man, that Carson Ben, she runs funny. That's interesting. However, I'm going to tell you that for whatever reason, I don't know why the Mets announcers are not as hard on the Mets right now because they're looking at 10 games under 500 again. I really haven't heard a lot of criticism. Even on that bloop double, when they threw the ball in, it bounces off the cutoff. It rolls up to Vientos. And Vientos, just so on that double play ball that they didn't get, yeah, Bichette made a bad flip, but Vientos, he didn't make a good stretch. It was a lazy stretch. So I have to tell you, I don't know where you can go with what's happening with this ball club right now, except, they'll be 10 games under 500, and I would imagine they're pretending to be patient, and that's why Mendoza's still here. But I don't even know where the pot at the end of the rainbow is going to be here for this team. I saw 2 rookies and Soto. Is that what this is going to be? Semien, they got to deal with another year. I can't see him being any good. Torrens and Alvarez, I think you know what they are. They're not going to get any better. I don't see Alvarez is what it is. He's going to be a 230 hitter with some pop. And when he's healthy, he could be, semi-productive. Torrens is his backup. I see nothing, no great shakes there. Beatty and Vientos are what they are. They're 230 hitters with low power. And one of them is out of position. Soto's the real deal. And Bichette, I don't know. Aliens took Bo Bichette and stole him, and they replaced him. So, anyway, we're going to the bottom of the fourth. Simeon leads off. Yeah, you're down 7-0, and you know, um, and he swings at the first pitch down 7-0. So that's smart baseball. I gotta turn this lower. I don't want it to be too loud if I'm not talking. No, Steve Gelb is talking. Steve, he sucks. Okay? He just sucks. He's 35 years old. He can't pick anything up. He hasn't picked it up for a couple of years. Hey, there's a base hit by Marcus Semien. What do you know about that? He got a fastball. I mean, the guy's got an OPS now under 6. In the last 2 years, he's been under 7. So why would anybody think he's any good? I wonder about that. Keith is talking about being in between. Yeah, he's in between because he can't get around on a fastball, so he's got to cheat on it, which means he's always out in front of off-speed pitches. It's kind of easy. Here's Ewing coming to bat. AJ with a hit today. I like the at-bats he puts together. I mean, he's back to hitting down at the bottom of the lineup today. I know they had a tough lefty on the mound, but I don't know how tough he is, but he drops down. Yeah, that's what's going on, Keith. What he's saying is, why is Simeon thinking to himself, I can't get to the fastball? It's because he's old. Uh-oh. Field's choice. He should have stepped on the bag and threw that to second and made it a tag play. So we're going to see. I can't imagine the Mets trying to steal here down 7-0. But I don't know. I've seen dumber things done. And you got Tyrone Taylor coming up now. He's hitting 189. Another OPS under 6. Keith's talking about things snowballing. It's been snowballing since April. Not only that, the team's just not that good. Again, you got rid of a ton of home runs, and you replaced them with nobody. Guys who stink. All right. Again, they're kind of making. They're trying to talk about the characteristics of a team. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know what the characteristics of this Met team is. It's not like they got a ton of power. Okay? I don't know if they got a ton of anything. But 7-0 right now. You got one out and a man on first base. They got a shot there, Lindor. And now Mendoza, who's not going to be long for this. I can't see him really. So, it's going to be 10 games under 500. And the team looks lifeless. They just lost 3. There's going to be 4 in a row. It's actually going to be, I think, 7 out of 8 or 6 out of 7, which is just, 1 and 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 6 out of 7 right now. And whatever positive momentum they had 10 days ago, 12 days ago is gone because the team can't hit. You're going to almost be 4 innings here. They got Tyrone Taylor coming up, and they got Morabito after him. Doesn't have a big league hit. How are you going to score runs? How are you going to score runs consistently? Explain this to me with this part of the lineup, with these guys. none of them can hit. I don't understand what you plan to do or how you plan to handle this. Like I said, there's nowhere to go. And Tyrone Taylor struck out. Not a surprise. I'm going to take us through the bottom of the fourth inning with this, and then I'll probably jump off and just watch the game. A check swing strikeout. Curveball that was basically in the dirt, or sweeper, whatever you want to call them. I call them curveballs. Now you got Morabito. Still looking for his first hit. You got a foul ball there. 0-1 on Morabito. This is a disgrace. This guy, Stearns, has single-handedly destroyed this team. Single-handedly. I didn't even talk about the hitting coach yesterday. I didn't even discuss him. Does he get his feet put to the fire? The only reason why I'd say no is the only guy with a back of a baseball card that's not hitting is Bichette. The rest of the guys, they've never hit. Is he supposed to teach them how to hit? I mean, you're not going to teach somebody how to hit. You can fine-tune these big leaguers. You can maybe shorten them up a little bit or teach them, a better approach. But I don't know what's going to help him. And he just blew a fastball by Morabito. It's 1-2 right now. And we're one strike away from going to the top of the fifth, down 7. I mean, this is incredible. This is a $320 million payroll, and this is the crap that you're throwing up here. And you want people to go to your ballpark and spend $25 for a hot dog and a beer? I mean, the audacity of this. Steve Cohen right now ought to have a day. That's strike 3, another sweeper in the dirt, and Morabito strikes out. I mean, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. I don't know. How do you say this? Really, if I'm Steve Cohen, I mean it. You took a team that went to the championship series 2 years ago, and they're a disgrace. And they have a decent chance to be the worst team in the National League, okay, after today. They may be tied for that. The worst team in baseball, I think they were 2 games ahead of the Angels, so you got some time there. But this team is heading to be the worst team in baseball. And I've talked about this. Aside from a bullpen that's going to blow up, they've got no starting pitching. They've got no offense, no depth on top of that. I guess if you stink, you shouldn't have depth because then you just have more of stink, right? If you stink and you got depth, then you got more stink. But they don't even have bodies. I mean, seriously. They're going to have a bullpen game. I'm going to the game tomorrow night. And I think that's a bullpen game. And then Thursday, I think, is Peterson. I mean, where's your ace? Peralta's your ace? That's it? That's what you got? That's who you're going to take against some of these better pitchers? That's who Paul Skeens is going to face? That's who Zach Wheeler's going to face? You got to be kidding me. That's who Shohei Ohtani's going to face, or Yamamoto on the dive. You're going to compete with these guys? You can compete with these teams? I mean, it's an embarrassment that he's put this team together at this payroll, and it's this bad with this little of everything. It's got shortages everywhere. Even if Lindor was here, it wouldn't have helped. Oh, we're going to the top of the 5th inning, and I said I was going to jump off, but I didn't. Up, I got Eugenio Suarez up. He's a typical, 3-outcome player. I think maybe baseball's going to kind of get back to this, but get away from this again. And I like the A.J. McEwing types. But, I mean, if you don't have a lineup around them, you need a balanced lineup around those guys. It's the crappy lineups that the guys need a home run all the time because there's never anybody on base. They don't generate innings. They wait for home runs. That's the way the game has been played, which is, I think, a fundamental miscalculation. People seem to forget that the Royals in 2015 had the lowest strikeout rate in baseball that year, and really the fewest amount of home runs. They just got hits and went 1st to 3rd, and they won the World Series. So I don't know why suddenly that was poo-pooed against. And there's a double down the line to lead off the inning for Suarez. Right. This is off of Warren, by the way. He was one of your best relievers, and he's forced to be in this game today when it's now almost literally a throwaway game. He's going to have to give you innings. Because when McLean does, you got a bullpen game tomorrow. So he's gonna stick with Warren out there for 7 innings and then go to 2 more innings of garbage because he can't use any of his frontline guys. And it's a good thing it's not a close game, but because tomorrow he's gonna have to. It's the cast of a thousands. This is incredible. I don't want to sound, one of the guys, actually what got me into doing this was the shorts by the guy named Frank the Tank. And he's pretty funny. And he's pretty knowledgeable too. And I was watching him. And that's not, I don't know as I started doing this what kind of shtick I'm going to have. And I wouldn't steal anybody else's shtick. And I wouldn't also do something that's not really me. I mean, I get my moments where I get pretty frustrated. I'm not going to scream or yell, at least not today. I'm already sounding like a. This has happened. I'm not going to say it happened evolutionary because I wasn't doing these podcasts when the off season was going on and they were making these moves. And I was saying that at that time I didn't mind the Peralta. I think you never have enough pitching. I was okay with that. Although they gave up a good prospect for him, but I was okay with that. I think Peralta's a free agent after this year, so is this going to be a one and done? Then I wouldn't like it. But I didn't think it was bad because I'm always a fan of getting pitching. But I never liked any of the offensive moves that they made. And I certainly didn't like them firing the coaching staff. I really thought that was a message that they sent to Mendoza and just scapegoating people. Which again, when I see a general manager do that, that's a guy he's working scared. He's working at pointing the blame. He's working at keeping the spotlight off him and feeding the fan base crumbs. That's basically what it is. Because when you fire coaches, you're feeding the fan base crumbs. And what we've come to realize is that it wasn't the coaches. And as a rip job, thank God it's right at the center fielder. I wouldn't tag on him, so he's going to go halfway ahead back. All right, so you got one out and a man on second. But I got news for you. He didn't fool anybody. That last batter from the Reds, he just ripped that ball. So they've got something up here. Oh, this looks like this is the Royals. That looks like Salvador Perez back. Look, they brought up to 20. Is that 2015? Oh, no, that's the World Baseball Classic. They were showing the World Baseball Classic. I apologize. I have the volume down now because I don't want to get in any trouble. Although, the only reason why I'd listen to this would be, Ron and Keith and Gary. Maybe I'll hang around with you guys for the top of the fifth here as we watch this game. Steer's up right now, and he's a good player, well-rounded guy, puts the bat on the ball, plays a lot of positions, great first baseman. So we'll see what he does here. Got one out and a man on second, and he almost threw that one past the catcher. That was like a Laredo that basically broke about 7 feet outside. 2-0 on Steer right now. It's funny, too, when you watch baseball today. Like in the old days on 2-0, you could sit dead red here. If Keith was hitting, he'd be sitting fastball. The best line I ever heard, one of the best lines I ever heard Keith say, he threw an off-speed pitch. He threw it for a strike, but on 2-0. That's the game today. They don't throw fastballs. But Keith was saying something great. Gary wants to ask him, in these blowout games, do you want to come out of the game? And he was like, no way. That's when they bring in the scrubbinos. Scrubbinos. And to tell you the competitiveness of Keith, he's like, listen, if I've got 3 hits and they're bringing in those guys, I can get 4 hits. He said, if I got 4 hits and they bring in these guys, I can get 5 hits. So it was hilarious. He's like, that's when they bring in the scrubbinos. So it just tells you the level of competitiveness that he had. And I think any big league hitter, you want to come in, you want to be hitting against the Mets right now in the 8th and 9th inning because there's not going to be any of the frontline guys. And he has yet to throw Steer a fastball, by the way. It's a full count right now. And he's thrown through two helicopter curveballs. And he swung through both of them. And I'll tell you, boy, does Terry Francona do a good job. I hate him because he laid one on the Yankees. I know you're not supposed to root for the Yankees, but I root for New York. And, there was one of the most, thank God for the Giants to beat the Patriots twice because it's the only ammunition I got against my Red Sox, against my Boston friends, thank God. But I got to tell you, Francona's a great manager. What a great manager. Brilliant. So it's still a full count. He fouled the ball off there. It looks like he's going to foul another one off. So now you're making Warren throw pitches here. I doubt he'll make the 7th. He's thrown 30 pitches. So the Mets are going to need at least 2 guys to get through the rest of this game. And if tomorrow's a bullpen game, they're not going to use Manaea today. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, Tong may be coming. You're going to use Tong today or tomorrow? Because they're going to empty the bench here with their crap backline relievers. There's no way they're going to bring any frontline guys in there, especially if they get another run here. He threw him. This is the state of Major League hitting. He threw him 7 curveballs, and all of them were pretty flat. And every one of them, he swung underneath, which is really incredible. It really is. That's the launch angle that these guys have. You think you're playing softball or something, and you got to get the ball in the air. It's incredible. Swing level. I don't care what anybody says. Swing level. Well, you got 2 outs now, and he just fouled one off the catcher, and that's not good. I think Senger's in the game today. I didn't see the Met lineup. I wasn't looking too closely at it. I don't know if it's Senger or Turns. That's a rough off the shoulder. Not a lot of padding there. It's rough being a catcher. It really is. Yeah, I think that's Senger. I hope he stays in the game. I never like to see anybody hurt. But I'll tell you. And that's, by the way, that's the 3rd string catcher. Okay? That's not your 2nd string or your 1st string catcher. Yeah, that hurts. He took that off the shoulder. And there's not a lot of padding there. Is it Senger? When they wear their chest protector, it's kind of hard to see. So who's warming up right now? Pintaro. Well, like we said, and we're talking about the back of the bullpen today. No, it's Turan. I can't tell. I should go look at the lineup today. I apologize, everybody. Does it really matter if it's Turenz or Senger? I mean, let's be honest. It's garbage. I mean, really, it's just garbage. It's funny, after that home run, who hit that home run last time? Is that India? Hit that home run? He's up now. No, it's not India. It's Stevenson. Stevenson hit the home run. Those fans were fighting for the ball out there. It looked like one of them went through the guy's legs and he couldn't get it. It's really funny sometimes to watch adults fight over a $7 baseball. I've gotten a few balls at Major League games, and I do say that I do try. I do try. I also had one. I had Manny Machado hit a ball right at me in the left field stands. I mean, I was sitting by it was my buddy sitting on my right. My other buddy was sitting 2 seats over, and he hit it right into my seat. And I put my hands up like this to catch it, and my jackass friend decided to reach over, and he hit this hand, which hit the ball out to this way and sent it about 6 seats down into some lady's lap. I could have killed him. That's my buddy Gene, by the way. We'll do 2 more baseball. We'll do 2 more stadiums this year, and I'll have been to 28 of the 30 active Major League stadiums. And next year I'll finish it off. And then in 2028, I'll head out to Vegas for the new stadium with the A's. And I think in 2029, I live in the Villages. I'll go see Tampa. So I'll have a stadium to go to every year for the next couple of years. But I will have seen them all, including Steinbrenner Field and including Sacramento where the A's play now. I would have seen them all. He struck him out. All right, Warren. High fastball there. I like what he did. Not crazy about that mustache, but anyway. All right, I'm going to let you go. Go back to watching the game or flip-flop back and forth. I get the package so I can watch all the games. And I'm going to continue to watch the Mets here. If anything comes up that's interesting, you'll hear back from me, guys. And my heart goes out to you to sit down on a Memorial Day. And God bless all our veterans who gave their lives for our country. I'm a veteran as well. It's not a fun way. No one's enjoying their hot dog today. If you're a Met fan, it's going to be tough to swallow. So I'll be at the game tomorrow night, and I'll see if I post anything or not. I've been asked to do it at the stadium, but you won't be able to hear me. 7-0 right now as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And hang in there, everyone. All right, I'll talk to you later.